Okay.
Okay, let's read our recipe for that cornbread. For the southern cornbread, you will need 1 cup cornmeal, 1 cup stone ground cornmeal, 2 tablespoons egg replacer, 1 tablespoon baking powder, 1 teaspoon sea salt, 1 tablespoon honey, 1 tablespoon sour cream, that's dairy-free, 2 tablespoons margarine, the non-hydrogenated variety, 2 cups soy milk, and 2 tablespoons oil. Well, I don't know about cornbread being Jamaican or not because I've never been to Jamaica, but I love cornbread. And so does my husband, Greg. It's one of our favorite dishes.
And I love it too, Jill. But you know, the reason I'm serving cornbread, I want to show cornbread because actually the jerk chicken, I mean, it's Jamaican, but still the cornbread is Southern. Okay?
Yeah, absolutely.
So we want to mix Southern with
there you go.
Jamaican, okay?
Yeah, absolutely.
Now, when you read the recipe,
yeah,
there were 2 types. It said cornmeal and then
stone ground.
Stone ground, okay?
What's the difference between the 2?
Well, the difference is one is very fine, and that was the first one. Very fine, like flour-like.
The cornmeal.
The first one. Okay, and the second one is stone ground. It's more of a coarser meal. And so when you mix the 2 together, you get more fiber.
Yes.
And the stone ground, it absorbs more of the liquid once you put it in.
Yeah.
So it has to be pretty liquidy when you mix it up. But when you bake it, it permeates the whole house.
Oh, yeah. I love the smell of cornbread baking in the oven. It smells so good. Yeah.
So,
go ahead.
So when you do that, mixing the 2 together, you have such a wonderful recipe. And remember, we're adding a little honey to the cornbread.
That's right.
So you like the sweet and the spicy.
Oh, yeah.
Okay?
Absolutely.
All
oh,
right.
yeah. That sounds, oh, yes. I can't wait to try this. I was just wondering if the stone ground is supposed to have more fiber and stuff, then why wouldn't we use all stone ground?
Well, you can use all stone ground, but I like to mix it because it makes it a little, it balances it out.
Less coarse, maybe?
Well, coarse, but not so coarse. Okay. It's kind of like the fine flour.
Yes.
Okay.
All right.
It's kind of like the fine flour.
That's right.
But this meal is, you know, it's ground. It's so fine. Okay. So then when you mix the fine with the coarse, you have a balance.
Yeah, absolutely. That's nice. I like that.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, let's see what we do here.
Okay. We're gonna mix in all our liquid, which is our soy milk.
You have the dry ingredients in here already.
I mixed all the dry ingredients, the cornmeal rather already. Okay. If you would, Jill.
Yeah. Here we go. Good.
Okay. Our oil.
Good.
And our earth balance. Now, I like to use the non-hydrogenated margarine.
Yes.
And mix it with the oil. Also, it makes the cornbread taste better also.
Yes, absolutely.
Now remember, we're doing Jamaican, so we're going to add a little honey to balance out the heat.
Oh, yeah.
And you know, southern cornbread, you know, people normally put buttermilk, but we're going to use a non-dairy soy sour cream.
Here, you want some paper towels?
Please. Yeah.
So is that in place of the buttermilk then?
Yes.
The sour cream.
Yes.
There you go.
It's in the place of the buttermilk.
Yeah.
And so the sour cream, thank you.
Yeah,
the sour cream gives it the same flavor as the buttermilk because, you know, it's kind of like sour. Okay.
Yeah.
And we're going to mix all of these ingredients together.
Yeah.
Now, you can make corn muffins.
Oh, yeah, that sounds good. I like corn muffins.
But now, again, we're doing a cross between Jamaican and Southern.
Yes.
So normally, we would bake this in a cast iron skillet.
Oh, yeah.
And we bake it for on 350 to 375 for about 30 to 35 minutes. Okay. And once it's brown on the golden brown on the top.
That's right. That's right.
It's golden brown on the top. Then we're going to show some Southern colors also. Now in Jamaica, Gia, you know that they serve something called callaloo.
Okay.
Similar to collard greens.
Callaloo?
Callaloo.
Okay.
But we're not going to do the callaloo. We're going to show the viewers later on about southern collard greens.
Okay. We'll show it with the final products.
Yes.
When we do our final products.
Exactly.
You get to see them. Our complete meal here.
Right. But also now we're going to come back to Southern again, and we're going to show the viewers something called sweet potato cobbler later on, okay?
That's pretty interesting.
Oh,
so, yeah.
This was one of my childhood favorites.
Because I've had sweet potato pie, but I've never had sweet potato cobbler.
Well, let me tell you, sweet potato cobbler, you want to try this.
What's the difference between the pie and the cobbler?
Okay, now, let me tell you, when we were growing up, we always said sweet potato pie. But a pie, you know, we were taught in school, you cut it, okay? But we always called the sweet potato cobbler a pie. But actually, it's a cobbler. Because the cobbler, you're going to put a crust over the top, okay?
Okay.
Or you're going to put crumbs on it. Now, I'm going to show two.
Oh, fun.
I'm going to show two. You can do one or the other.
Okay.
But this was my mom's own recipe, okay? And let me tell you something about a sweet potato pie. Now, normally when you make a sweet potato pie, you know, you mash the potatoes and that's, you know, and put all your seasoning stuff in.
Right.
But when you mix the sweet potatoes with the butternut squash, you have such a wonderful pie. I'm telling you.
Yeah,
Now,
absolutely.
also, Southern, my mom would always make coconut sweet potato pie. You mix the coconut in. Oh,
coconut pieces or coconut milk?
No,
like
coconut.
The real coconut.
Yeah, grated coconut. You mix it in with the sweet potato. Girl, you have something good.
Ooh, that sounds good. That sounds fantastic.
Okay.
Wow. Now, you have some of these recipes in your cookbook.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, what's your cookbook called?
It's called Ozella Vegetarian Cooking, Nutritious and Delicious.
Oh, that's neat. Now, you have two of them. That's the name of your second
That's
one,
the name of the second.
Okay.
But the first one was homemade vegetarian.
Homemade vegetarian. Oh, that's so the sweet potato cobbler's in there?
The sweet potato cobbler is in the second one.
In the second one,
yes.
Okay. Man, that's neat. Yeah.
Okay.
And for our friends at home, at the end of the program here, we'll give you the address. You can contact us, and then we'll get you in touch with Ozella if you want one of those cookbooks. And I want one of those cookbooks.
Okay.
Now, does this have to go in the pan?
Yes, we're going to put this in the pan.
And then we'll go read our recipe for our sweet potato cobbler.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh, it looks good. You said we bake it at what temperature?
350.
Okay.
To about 30 to 35 minutes, okay?
Okay. Yeah.
And
that sounds good.
It smells good already.
Doesn't it?
Yeah.
Ooh, I can smell that. Yeah.
Okay.
That's right. And at the end of the program, we'll get to see what it looks like all baked. But now we're going to go read our recipe for our sweet potato cobbler. For that, you need 3 large sweet potatoes diced, 1 1/2 cup water, 1 1/2 cup natural cane sugar, 3 tablespoons margarine, 1 tablespoon pineapple flavoring, 1 tablespoon butter flavoring, 1 tablespoon vanilla flavoring, 1/2 teaspoon coriander and cardamom, 1/4 teaspoon cinnamon, 1/4 teaspoon nutmeg, and 2 tablespoons of cornstarch and water. All right, we're here with our sweet potato cobbler.
Southern style.
That's right.
Okay. Now, Jill, with this sweet potato cobbler, like I said, this is a childhood favorite, okay?
Yeah.
And what you do, we already have our potatoes in the pot.
Okay.
They're cooking, basically, you know, they're ready. Because you let them cook until tender, okay?
Now you peel them and like steam them on the stove.
Exactly.
Okay.
Okay.
Good.
And we have all our ingredients here that we're going to add in there. We're going to add our 1.5 cups of Florida crystals.
Okay. Now, Florida crystals, you can get that in the grocery store? Regular grocery store. Okay.
Basically, everything you see here, you can get in the regular grocery store.
That's a good thing.
Okay.
Easily accessible.
Exactly. We're going to add our non-hydrogenated margarine.
Now, if you're looking for non-hydrogenated margarine, can you read on the ingredients? Would it say non-hydrogenated?
Yes, it
Okay.
will.
Okay.
It will say non-hydrogenated.
Okay.
But you know, a lot of times that's misleading too because, well, I won't say the non-hydrogenated, but like recipes like for your breads and different things, you have to really be a label reader because really, we were looking in the store at some ingredients. That was all my, what was the nutmeg?
That was the nutmeg and the cinnamon and the...
Exactly.
Okay. Good.
Okay, and this is the flavoring.
All right.
Because, you know, as I was saying about the hydrogenated,
Yeah.
they say non-hydrogenated, but when you read the ingredients,
Yes.
it's something totally different. And, I mean, you really have to be careful about that.
Be a label reader.
Yes.
Yeah, that's right.
All right. Now,
Good.
this is beginning to, you know...
Now you have some water left in there. Okay.
Well, we're going to leave the water in there.
You want the water.
Yeah, because we want to make sure that the potatoes have enough to, you know, when we mix in the cornstarch, they thicken.
Absolutely. How do you know how much water to have in there?
Basically, you're going to put maybe a cup.
Okay.
Because potatoes have water also.
Yes, right.
And so once you put the potatoes in and you start the cooking, and when you add the sugar to it, it draws the water out, okay?
Yes.
So now we're going to mix our cornstarch and water.
We're making a slurry.
Yes.
Okay.
So we just mix it, you know. Make sure you get enough water to mix all the cornstarch.
Yes.
Just kind of play with it.
Because on the recipe I was asking Ozella, it says 2 tablespoons cornstarch, and then the water you just add just enough what you need just to mix it.
Exactly.
Okay.
So we're just going to mix it up until we get it all dissolved.
Just keep adding a little bit more at a time.
And once we get it all dissolved, we just add it to the pot and let it kind of thicken.
Because that's your thickener.
Yes.
Yeah.
And once it thickens, Jill, it's ready to pour into your casserole dish or whatever pan you want to, you know, bake it in. Okay. And that should thicken in just a moment.
Very nice.
Oh, it already began to thicken.
Yeah, isn't that nice? I love vegetables.
Oh,
I'm such a vegetable person. I just love, you know, salad or any kind of vegetables, eating them. So this is real nice with the sweet potatoes.
Well, you know what? I love anything, basically. When it comes to food, healthy food, I really love food.
Yeah.
I'm a food person. I'm a people person, and I really love food. So, you know, with this recipe, you know, when I like to invite people over, and you know, we sit down and we fellowship, you know, with the Lord, and just enjoy each other's company, and knowing that, you know, we have people that really enjoy healthy cooking. And that's one thing that really thrills my heart, Jill, to know that when God gives us recipes like this, you know, we can share them, and people are amazed. And you know what? I want you all to know that this is God's blessing. Ozella is not the one. I know who my helper is, and it's the Lord.
Amen. That's right.
It's the Lord.
That's right. Everything we do is because of God.
Exactly.
You know, it's not because of us or who we are or anything, you know. God's the one who made us.
Amen.
And God's the one who knows what food will make us feel good. And, He made our taste buds.
Yes.
So that encourages me, too. You know, if you're having a hard time or struggling, you know, with changing your diet and you think, oh, it's really hard and I just can't do this, but keep at it because God will help you.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
I know because He helped me.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Oh.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Now,
is it starting to thicken?
Yeah.
Oh, I can see it.
Beginning to thicken.
Yeah, very good.
But, you know, I want the viewers to get the general idea of this. You know, now once it thickens all the way, then we pour it into our
pot.
Our casserole dish.
Good.
Okay.
Do you want me to pull this over here?
Bring it over a little bit.
There you go.
Now, this casserole dish may be a little, if you take the spoon and just kind of.
Now, normally it would be a little bit thicker than this.
Yeah, it would be.
We're just doing this because of time factor.
Exactly. And once you put it in the oven, it'll still thicken up.
Good.
It'll really thicken up.
There you go.
Okay, now, at this particular point in time,
let's put our crumb topping on real fast because we're almost out of time here.
All right.
You want the
Go ahead and put that in. No, we're just going to put it on. I wash my hands.
Oh, fun. Yeah, she did.
And this is the general idea that you put the topping over it.
Okay.
Now, also, viewers, you can roll out a pie crust.
Okay, and put that
and top it. Yes.
Good.
And then, Jill, at the last minute, you want to sprinkle just a tad bit of sugar.
Okay.
And probably a little cinnamon on the top.
And you bake it at what temperature?
375.
375 for how long?
About 20 to 35 minutes.
Okay, good.
Okay.
Well, in just a moment, friends, we will be back. We want to show you this final peach cobbler and all the other dishes that we made.
Sweet potato.
Sweet potato. Why did I say peach? Because I'm thinking peach. I don't know. Anyways, but first we want to give you the address where you can contact us, and we'll get you in touch with Ozella. We'll be right back.
We hope you've enjoyed cooking with Ozella. Now let's take a moment to review the Jamaican and Southern style recipes. For the jerk chicken breast, you will need 10 to 12 pieces of vegetarian chicken breasts, 2 tablespoons of chicken style seasoning, 2 tablespoons of jerk seasoning, 1/4 teaspoon sea salt, 1 tablespoon of olive oil. For the jerk sauce, you will need 1/4 cup of water, 1 teaspoon jerk seasoning, 1 teaspoon margarine, 1/2 teaspoon chicken style seasoning, 1 medium onion cut into strips, 3 garlic cloves. For the southern cornbread, you will need 1 cup of cornmeal, 1 cup of stone ground cornmeal, 2 tablespoons egg replacer, 1 tablespoon baking powder, 1 teaspoon sea salt, 1 tablespoon of honey, 1 tablespoon dairy-free sour cream, 2 tablespoons of margarine, 1 cup of soy milk, 2 tablespoons of oil. For our sweet potato cobbler, you will need 3 large sweet potatoes diced, 1½ cup of water, 1½ cup natural cane sugar, 3 tablespoons of margarine, 1 tablespoon of pineapple flavoring, 1 tablespoon butter flavoring, 1 tablespoon vanilla flavoring, 1/2 teaspoon coriander and cardamom mixed, 1/4 teaspoon cinnamon, 1/4 teaspoon nutmeg, 2 tablespoons of cornstarch and water. If you'd like more information on how to contact Ozella, or if you would like to receive today's recipes, please write to 3ABM, Post Office Box 220, West Frankfort, Illinois 62896, or call us at 1-800-752-3226.
Welcome back, friends. We're here with our delicious spread of Jamaican Southern food, aren't we?
Okay.
Let's look at what we made today.
Okay, first we started off with our jerk chicken.
That's right. It looks
Okay.
so good. And then the cornbread.
And then our southern cornbread.
Oh, yeah. And then we have our dishes that went with it. The
Yes.
collards.
Southern collards, okay? And also we want to
The
add...
rolls.
Yes, the rolls, but also
And the rice, peas and rice.
Jamaican
Yeah,
style.
Jamaican style.
Okay.
Good. And then the cobbler.
Yes. Remember before we did the topping one?
Yeah.
Want the topping? Also, it showed the crust.
The crust, and you have the crumb topping. You have both
Yes.
of them.
All right.
Aw. Well, thank you for coming, Ozella, and for sharing your talents with our friends at home. We had a really good time.
I'm so glad we could share them.
That's right.
All right.
Well, we hope, friends, you had as much fun as we had fun here in the kitchen cooking Jamaican Southern food for you. We hope that you take these recipes, that you share them with your family, with your friends for a get-together, and we will see you next time on Let's Cook.